In life, almost all of us want to become something great. We want to achieve big goals, make our dreams come true, and leave our mark on the world. That's why so many people spend hours watching motivational videos, reading quotes, or listening to speeches that promise to fire them up. But here's the truth: motivation alone is not enough. You can watch all the videos in the world, but if you don't build discipline into your daily life, nothing is really going to change. Motivation is like a spark, lights you up for a moment, but discipline is the steady flame that keeps burning. And to really understand this, let me tell you a story. There was a boy named Jake Miller who grew up in a small town in America. Jake had a big dream. He wanted to do something special with his life. He didn't know exactly what, but he wanted to be successful, respected, and known for something great. Every single day, Jake would scroll through YouTube, watching motivational speakers talk about success, discipline, and dreams. He filled notebooks with quotes like, "Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done. Winners never quit, and quitters never win. Dream big, work hard." Jake felt inspired every time he heard those words. Sometimes he even stayed up late, imagining how his future would look. He would picture himself living in a big city, driving his dream car, speaking confidently in front of people, and being admired by everyone. One night, after watching a powerful motivational speech, Jake stood in front of his mirror and said out loud, "Starting tomorrow, I'll change everything. I'll study 6 hours a day. I'll wake up early. I'll exercise. I'll fix my life." And for the first couple of days, he really did it. He woke up early, sat down with his books, even started jogging in the morning. The excitement was real. But just like every other time, his motivation faded. Within a week, Jake was back to sleeping in, wasting time on social media, and making excuses. This cycle repeated again and again. Motivation would come. Jake would feel powerful for a few days, and then he would crash back into his old habits. Over time, he began to feel frustrated, guilty, and even hopeless. One afternoon, Jake met up with his childhood friend Ryan, who lived in the same neighborhood. Ryan was different. He wasn't smarter than Jake, but he seemed more focused, more consistent, and slowly but surely, he was improving every day. Ryan had already built a routine for himself. He woke up early without hitting snooze, worked on his studies, hit the gym regularly, and even helped out with his family's small business in the evenings. While Jake always talked about what he wanted to do, Ryan was actually doing it. Curious, Jake asked, "Ryan, how do you do it, man? You always seem motivated. Don't you ever get lazy or tired?" Ryan laughed and said, "Of course I get lazy, Jake. Of course I feel tired sometimes. But I don't depend on motivation. I depend on discipline." Jake frowned. "But isn't motivation what drives us?" Ryan shook his head. "Motivation is temporary. It's like sugar, you get a rush, but it fades fast. Discipline is different. Discipline is showing up every single day, whether you feel like it or not. And that's what creates real results." Jake was quiet for a moment. His heart wanted to believe it, but his mind was still confused. Motivation always felt so good, so powerful in the moment. Could it really not be enough? Ryan smiled. "Tell you what, meet me tomorrow morning by the riverside at 5 o'clock. There's someone I want you to meet." The next morning, Jake dragged himself out of bed before sunrise. His body wanted to sleep, but something inside told him to keep the promise. He walked to the river and found Ryan waiting. Beside Ryan sat an old fisherman. His hands were rough and strong. His clothes were simple, and his eyes carried the weight of years of wisdom. Ryan said, "Jake, this is Mr. Thompson. He taught me one of the most important lessons of my life. Maybe he can teach you, too." The old fisherman smiled warmly at Jake. Then he pointed to the flowing river and said, "Do you see this river, son? I've been coming here every morning for the last 40 years. Rain, snow, heat, it doesn't matter. I throw my nets, I sit, I wait. Some days I catch a lot of fish, some days only a few, and some days nothing at all." Jake nodded. "You must love fishing a lot." The fisherman chuckled. "No, son, it's not about love. It's about responsibility. If I only came when I felt motivated, my family would have gone hungry long ago. I don't wait for the perfect mood. I come because discipline keeps my family alive." Jake's eyes widened. He had never thought about it that way before. The fisherman leaned closer and said, "Motivation is like a lightning bolt, shines bright for a second and disappears. But discipline is like the sun. It rises every single day, no matter the weather, and gives life to everything around it." Then the old man pointed to a bamboo grove nearby and asked, "Do you know the story of the bamboo tree?" Jake shook his head. The fisherman smiled. "A farmer once planted a bamboo seed. He watered it every day, gave it sunlight, and cared for it. A year passed, nothing. 2 years passed, still nothing. By the 3rd and 4th year, people laughed at him and said he was wasting his time. But he didn't stop. He kept watering every single day." The fisherman's voice grew stronger. "And then, in the 5th year, something incredible happened. Within just 6 weeks, that bamboo shot up 90 feet tall. Do you know why?" Jake's eyes widened. "Because it was growing roots." The fisherman nodded. "Exactly. For 4 years, it wasn't visible. But underneath the soil, it was building strong roots to hold the weight of its growth. Discipline works the same way. You might not see results at first. People might laugh at you. You might even feel like nothing is happening. But if you stay consistent, if you stay disciplined, your results will one day shoot up like that bamboo." Jake sat quietly, letting the lessons sink deep into his heart. From that day on, Jake decided to change his life. He realized he had been chasing motivation like a drug, but what he needed was discipline. So he made a plan. He created a routine and promised himself he would stick to it, no matter how he felt. He would wake up early, study even when he didn't want to, exercise even when he was tired, and avoid wasting hours on distractions. It wasn't easy at first. There were days when Jake wanted to give up, days when the bed felt too warm, the phone too tempting, and the excuses too convincing. But every time he thought of quitting, he remembered the fisherman's words: "Motivation is a flash, discipline is a fire." Slowly, Jake's life began to change. Weeks turned into months, months turned into years. His grades improved, his body grew stronger, his confidence returned. People in the town began to notice the change. One day, a younger boy from the neighborhood asked Jake, "Hey, what's your secret? How do you stay so motivated all the time?" Jake smiled, just like Ryan once did, and said, "Motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays. Success isn't about doing something big one time. It's about doing small things right every single day." And that's the lesson, my friend. Don't wait for motivation. It's temporary, it's unreliable, and it won't carry you to your goals. Build discipline instead. Do the work even when you don't feel like it. Stay consistent even when results don't show right away. Because discipline builds roots, and one day your life will shoot up like that bamboo tree. So don't wait for tomorrow. Start today. Stay disciplined, and you'll build the future you dream of. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more life-changing stories.